being off his ass. You know, any class he wants to tell Tim stop talking. That's the way we spoke. Let me coach him now. I'm coaching. Fuck you mean why I'm telling him stop talking, motherfucker? Cause he putting more hands on your ass when he ain't talking.
It's more than just a reunion, it's a moment of profound realization. When he speaks about his finances, he isn't just counting numbers, he is acknowledging a journey of highs and lows. After years of challenges, seeing that stability in his account serves as a powerful reminder of how far he has come. He pauses, looking back at his path with a sense of gratitude that resonates through his words. This isn't just about wealth, it's about being placed back in a position to thrive. It's a humble, heavy, and human moment that shows the true weight of their shared history and the gratitude they feel for where they stand today.
God put me in position again to, you feel me? Facts, nigga. You know how long it's been since I seen this type of money in my account? Then I'm looking.
Broner emphasizes his unwavering loyalty, stating he isn't going for none of that drama when it comes out. While he mentions Raleigh, a potential opponent for Tank, Broner notes that he respects all fighters because of the unique nature of their profession. However, he underscores that on the day of a fight against his brother, Raleigh will be considered an enemy. Broner concludes this segment by confirming his plan to leave to join Tank in training camp.
At the end of the day, man, you know Tank my baby brother, man. I ain't going for none of that shit. Shit, I fuck with Rolly, but he gonna be an enemy on that day. Shit, I'm with the home team. Shit over with. Damn. This is hot. That show is hot. For real, man, that show is hot, bro. Block. That block is hot. You know what I'm saying? The crazy thing is, I'm about to go out there and
Adrien Broner directly addresses his critics who question his commitment to training. He candidly tells them to stop playing with him, emphasizing that he is much closer to being gym-ready than people realize. With his signature intensity, he jokingly warns that if the doubt continues, he might just punch one of you to prove he hasn't lost his edge, reinforcing that he is still focused on his craft.
Man, y'all keep telling me to get in the gym, nigga. Hey, I ain't that far off, man. You niggas better quit playing with me before I go punch one of you niggas, man. For real.
Adrien Broner reflects on his personal growth and mindset as he prepares for his next career steps. He emphasizes that this period is about getting his mind together and taking his training seriously. He openly admits that it is time to move past the distractions, explicitly mentioning the need to slow down on the partying and the alcohol. By focusing on his mental discipline and maintaining a consistent workout routine, he is positioning himself to return to the sport with a renewed sense of purpose and focus.
And you know, when I'm just getting my mind together, right? Because I already know.
Okay.
I got another world title to win. So it's time to slow down on all the partying, on all the drinking.
Adrien Broner and Gervonta Tank Davis go all out. After a grueling sparring session, the duo takes to the bags, unleashing rapid-fire combinations and raw power. This is elite-level preparation in its purest form, showing exactly what it takes to stay at the top of the sport. Adrien Broner connects directly with his associate Ellis. By confirming that Ellis will be joining him at his upcoming training camp, Broner highlights the importance of the team he is building around him. This exchange underscores his serious commitment to his physical and mental preparation, signaling to viewers that he is surrounding himself with the right people to ensure his return to the boxing ring is a success.
Hey, Ellis, that back, you already know you're going to be in camp with me? Mm-hmm. Boy, that cheese and got there, didn't it? Boy, don't be. I'm the only one that hand make cheese like this, boy. Boy, that whip game stupid. Got a little bit more. Bam. You know what I'm saying?
Adrien Broner explains why he considers Gervonta Tank Davis the best fighter in the world. He asserts that Tank possesses all the skills and attributes that other top fighters have, but emphasizes that Tank has a unique quality that the others lack. Broner concludes his thought by confidently stating that Tank has the ability to knock his opponents out very quickly.
Tank. Yeah, no, I ain't saying. Keep your shoes on. Tank, I'm not gonna fuck out. Nah, for sure. Nah, for sure. It don't matter. Tank and knock him the fuck out. Fast, too. But I'm saying, though. And I ain't even glazing. I ain't being biased or nothing, bro. Everything them niggas got, he got. But there's one thing them niggas don't got that he got.
Adrien Broner recounts a specific, intense moment from the past involving Gervonta Tank Davis. He recalls an argument that occurred late at night around 2 a.m., which escalated to the point where they went to the gym to spar for 6 rounds in Las Vegas.
It was 2 in the morning. You got an argument with Tank. They went to the gym and sparred at 2:30 in the morning. 6 rounds in Vegas.
You know too much. I need another Band-Aid.
Do you need help with the hot rounds?
Adrien and Tank discuss their long-standing relationship. Broner mentions that he has known Tank since he was a young kid and humorously recalls taking him to clubs when Tank was only about 15 years old. The conversation highlights their mentorship dynamic and deep personal history as they reflect on their journey together in the boxing world.
Adrien, how long have you known Tank?
Kid. Nah, I'm talking about like
16, 15.
really? 15. I had him in the club with me at like 15. Yeah.
Is that when he said he has one to go home? What they do to one?
His coach is like, what? Come on. I'm just staying.
And then you brought him to Floyd Gym to spar. First time, I remember that.
Sean Fortified.
Yeah.
They both still like the same though, because Adrien came to town one time. Wow, his dad knew you dad.
Welcome to the grind. At 140 pounds, every movement has to be calculated, and every second in this gym is earned. Right now, Shakur Stevenson is locked in, pushing through the fatigue to sharpen his footwork and timing. It's not just about raw power, it's about the discipline to execute when the lights turn on. His team is ensuring he's not just ready to compete, he's ready to dominate. January 31st is approaching, and the focus is absolute. This is what it takes to stand at the top of the game. It's back to work. Right now, it's all about the rounds, 8 to 10 of straight sparring to stay sharp. People have a lot to say about the upcoming fight, talking like they already know the outcome, but they forget the reality. I'm the one actually in here fighting real competition, while the others find reasons to pull out or stay away. The talk doesn't change the work. When January 31st comes, the truth will be in the ring.
Boxing, get some sparring, maybe about 8 to 10 rounds, and
everybody talking about T.O. going.
The jokes stop when the real work begins. We are just a month out, and the intensity is peaking. Every round completed, every set of push-ups pushed through, it's all calculated for one purpose: victory. My trainer isn't just preparing me for a 12-round grind, he's sharpening me to take control and finish the job. We don't train to just survive, we train to dominate. January 31st is the deadline, and by the time we step into that ring, there won't be any questions left. The work is done, the plan is set, and I'm ready to show the world exactly what I'm made of.
Right, they playing. They making every shot, but it's not him shooting it. It's a set he got on as to where his actual shooting timing doesn't affect it. So that's KD shooting, not Zay.
When asked about a potential showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis, trainer Wally Moses doesn't hesitate. He calls it an easy fight for Stevenson. Moses argues that while the public is caught up in the hype and talk of Davis's size, the reality inside the ring comes down to pure boxing experience. While many fighters claim to be the greatest in the world, without ever truly proving it at the amateur level, Stevenson has been won at every single stage, from Junior Olympics to the seniors and international ranks for Moses. This elite pedigree means that when Stevenson eventually faces Davis, he will have the superior boxing IQ to dismantle the hype and handle the fight with ease.
So you think it'll be a kind of an easy fight to score?
Yeah, especially due to the height, the size, and the boxing experience. You see, a lot of people don't know, like Tank. You know, a lot of guys say they the greatest fighter in the world, but they had never been the greatest fighter in the world. Not at any part of their career, not at the JO part, not at the senior part, not the medium part, or not at the youth men's part.
When discussing Shakur Stevenson's unique pedigree, trainer Wally Moses highlights a major difference between him and his peers. He points out that while many boxers claim to be the best, they never actually proved it throughout their amateur journey. Stevenson, however, was won at every single stage, from the Junior Olympics to the international ranks. According to Moses, this is the defining factor. While others took the quick route to the pros, Stevenson earned his stripes by facing and defeating the best competition at every level of his career.
This is when you got a guy like Shakur. Shakur has been #1 in every aspect of the boxing, you know, from the JOs to the seniors, to the immediate, to the youth men's, to the international fighters. So he's won at every level. So a lot of those guys, instead of going ahead and facing that competition, they took the quick route to Mexico.
Wally Moses discusses how other fighters often avoid Shakur Stevenson or claim to be on his level without having the same elite amateur pedigree. He points out that many fighters, including Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, inevitably move up in weight classes, just as Shakur is doing. Moses emphasizes that he has witnessed these fighters' careers from the beginning and isn't surprised by their tactics or call-outs. He concludes by confirming that moving back down in weight after the Teofimo fight was always part of Shakur's original plan.
even Teofimo Lopez?
Even Teofimo, like, I mean, do you see kids grow? They the same age. You think they never was at the same age, the same size, or same weight? Or just mysteriously fighters just grow past one weight class?
Right.
all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, we seen that with Devin. I mean, Devin kind of moved at 140. What, 2 fights just left out of there?
When you look at it, you see a lot of them left 135. You know what I'm saying? And one of them moves up to 140. You know, that's talking the talk. You know.
Yeah,
Not
Frank
doing
Martin, that's fighting next week. He was one of them that you guys
Yeah.
were supposed to fight. Yeah.
Yeah, well, not realizing Shakur is going to go just like everybody else. So you talk that talk and you walk into that fight. Now it happened. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's been times I've seen some guys, you know, I'm real close to their family, mothers and fathers, you know.
Wally Moses discusses Shakur Stevenson's performance against William Zepeda. He explains that while Shakur put on a great showing, he chose to fight in a way that catered to the fans rather than sticking to his traditional, more tactical style. Moses felt this decision ultimately slowed down Shakur and prevented him from fully showcasing the complete range of skills he is truly capable of.
Had a great performance against William Zepeda. Fought a fight that was not traditionally could have made it even easier if he wanted to, but he decided to play for the fans. Tell me,
Right.
what was that experience, you know, working with Shakur on trying to kind of fight those battles outside the ring and bringing them inside?
Well, the thing about it is, you know, the only aspect of it that I really didn't appreciate is that it actually slowed his skills down. You know what I mean? He wasn't able to do all the things that he was capable of doing. But
His coach Rel explains that Shakur Stevenson possesses genuine punching power, but chooses not to showcase it fully because he is so defensive-minded. He notes that Shakur prioritizes looking good and boxing effectively over loading up on every shot with the intent to knock an opponent out. Rel mentions he respects this approach as a legitimate part of the game, even if some fans prefer a more aggressive style that aims for a stoppage.
He really can punch. Everybody says he can punch. He's so defensive-minded that he don't put everything into a bunch. He just want to beat you up and look good doing it.
Coach Rel highlights Shakur Stevenson's exceptional boxing intelligence. He explains that Shakur possesses the ability to calculate every move in his head during a fight. Even when managing his hand health, Shakur strategically plans his rounds, deciding when to exert pressure, when to beat someone up, and when to take a break to ensure he wins the overall fight. Rel describes the experience of being in the training camp as amazing, noting how Shakur manages to execute this level of complex strategy despite the challenges with his hands.
Going rounds, he tells you, he knows. Look, I'm going to beat him up this round, but I know my hand, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to beat him up. I'm going to take off the first half. I'm going to win the series. He already got everything calculated in his head. Bro, it was just so amazing being in that boy camp, watching how he do it with his hands, with his bad hands, and watch how he calculate everything.
Coach Rel explains how to neutralize a high-volume puncher by effectively breaking their rhythm. He emphasizes that you can't simply match their output. Instead, you must find opportunities to punch in between their flurries. Rel points to the second fight against Kevin as a prime example. He notes that Shakur successfully neutralized his opponent's movement and volume by staying disciplined and waiting for the right openings, eventually causing the opponent to change the pace of the fight because they were being countered mid-sequence.
How do you I know you won't give away the game plan. How do you neutralize a guy that throws that many punches?
Same way Kevin did. Kevin neutralized that guy that throws so many punches. You know what I'm saying? And you see in the second fight in his hometown with his fans, the throwing of the punches on his legs for, 3 rounds, 4 rounds, 5, 6, 7, started switching the pace of the fight. You know what I'm saying? And that was because Kevin started punching in between of it.
Porter compares the potential matchup to Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury. He explains that when a knockout artist like Tank faces someone they cannot easily stop, like Shakur, the primary outcome is building frustration. The host challenges this analogy, noting that Tank has hidden layers of ability that he hasn't been forced to use yet. Porter agrees, suggesting that Tank is just waiting for the right opponent to pull it out of him. Porter argues that while many view Tank's previous performances as high IQ, he considers them low IQ because opponents often followed a predictable script. He believes the Shakur fight would force Tank to make real-time, high-level adjustments, ultimately proving his true boxing intelligence.
There with Shakur is going to remind me of Deontay Wilder fighting Tyson Fury.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because what you gonna do when you come across a motherfucker you can't knock out? Only thing you gonna do is just get more frustrated.
That's a terrible analogy.
I'm just saying.
Only reason why I'm saying it's a terrible analogy is because Tank Davis. Remember, you've heard Coach Cal say this all the time. He says it's the same thing, and I know exactly what he means. We just waiting on somebody to pull it out of him. You ever hear him say that?
Yeah.
We got so much. It's just we ain't been able to show it because ain't nobody been able to pull it out of him. We looking forward to the big fights. We looking forward to the big matchups because those are the kind of people that's gonna pull it out of him. So with a fight with Shakur, you're gonna see this boxing style that you don't usually get from Tank. You're gonna see IQ. We saw IQ, but to me, it was.
Porter argues that Tank's past fights often displayed low IQ performances, not because Tank lacks intelligence, but because his opponents simply followed a predictable, scripted approach. He defines genuine ring IQ as the ability to make real-time adjustments when an opponent forces you to change your game plan. Porter predicts that a fight with Shakur Stevenson would be the ultimate litmus test for Tank. He believes Shakur's style would force Tank to enter the ring as a completely different, more strategic version of himself, one that moves beyond just relying on knockout power and instead relies on deep, tactical calculation.
Low IQ because the reason why it was low IQ is because everybody followed the script. And what I mean by that is you see somebody's IQ take place when a fighter makes an adjustment and now you have to adjust to what that fighter is doing. And that's kind of where you see
who's smart.
You know what I mean? I think my fight with Terrence shows a very high level of IQ from both of us. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And that's what Tank is going to do with Shakur. He's going to come into the ring and be a...
Coach Kenny Ellis reflects on Shakur Stevenson's impressive performance against Teofimo Lopez. He describes Stevenson's victory as a masterclass, noting that he effectively neutralized Lopez with a sharp, disciplined jab and superior boxing intelligence. Ellis mentions that he accurately predicted this outcome 2 weeks prior, emphasizing that Stevenson dominated the fight with ease. Beyond the tactical display, Ellis expresses relief at the result, citing his personal dislike for the behavior displayed by the Lopez camp leading up to the bout. He concludes by noting that Lopez was forced to adopt a much more humble attitude following the loss, effectively cooling down the tensions that existed before the match began.
Really beating Teofimo Lopez with perfect job. Perfect job. Excellent. I predicted it 2 weeks before the fight. I damn near called exactly how it went. I posted it on my page. He did an excellent job, man. Beat him with one hand for real. That's one fight. I don't care. I wanted Shakur to win that shit so bad because that goddamn Lopez family was tripping, man. They was tripping, man. I wanted Shakur to win that shit bad, man. I'm glad he won it, you know?
Yeah.
Hats off to him and his team.
100%. Knock the racism right out of Tio at the end of the fight, you know?
Yeah, oh my goodness, like complete turnaround, you know? He apologized for everything. God damn. You know, but sometimes you got to get that humble pie, you know.
Terrence Crawford argues that Gervonta Tank Davis intentionally tries to diminish Shakur Stevenson's achievements to make a potential fight between them seem less marketable. Crawford contends that Davis labels Stevenson as boring or criticizes his style specifically because he cannot genuinely discredit Stevenson's record, noting that Stevenson is already a 3-division world champion.
He hit everybody else, and he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done, so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is what, 3-way world champion.
Terrence Crawford explains why he picks Shakur Stevenson to win against Gervonta Davis. He clarifies that his choice isn't based on his personal differences with Tank or his bias toward Shakur, but rather on a tactical analysis of their styles. Crawford explicitly states, "I will pick Shakur because I don't believe Tank will be able to land those big shots on Shakur like he does everybody else." He emphasizes that Shakur Stevenson's defense is too tight, making him a difficult target for Davis's power punches.
I'm not saying I would pick Shakur just because our differences. I'm telling you as a fighter.
Yeah.
I will pick Shakur because I don't believe Tank would be able to land those big shots on Shakur like he does everybody else.
Terrence Crawford expands on why he believes Gervonta Tank Davis would face significant challenges against both Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis. Crawford argues that Tank gets hit often in his fights, noting that he often appears to be losing rounds early on until he finds a way to turn the tide. He suggests that if Keyshawn Davis, who he describes as a sharp puncher, were to land clean shots on Tank the way other opponents have, it would be a major problem for Davis. Crawford emphasizes that while he feels it might be a bit early for Keyshawn right now, he believes Keyshawn is constantly improving and developing his own mental strength, making him a dangerous prospect as he continues to grow.
Shakur defense is just too tight. And not only Shakur, Keyshawn either.
Oh, you don't think Key either? Even right now, I feel like it's a little Key nice though, but it might be a little early for Key right now.
Listen, Tank get hits a lot. Tank, in my eyes, Tank is always losing until he's not.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
If you watch those fights.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least in the early rounds. Middle rounds, he start coming up, but I see what you're saying. Them early rounds, yeah.
Let Keyshawn start hitting them like everybody else hitting them.